Hello, and welcome to the 445 Productive Through Joy show with your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. The show airs each weekday morning, hella early at 4:45 a.m. here on YouTube, and goes until 5 a.m., then 4:45 p.m. And goes until 5 p.m. On Facebook Live. Today, we're talking about the intersection between opportunity and productivity. All right, if you're new to the show is a show aimed at entrepreneurs, those who have their own business, those who would like to own their own business, and those who simply would like to live like a boss. If you find yourself falling within one of those designations, you've arrived at the right place. And as you may also be able to discern from the show's title, we're also interested in the ideal of using joy itself as a technology to move us towards our goals and objectives. We encourage everyone on this show to start their own business, that they may be able to eventually fund their own dream project, their own passion project, that which maybe heretofore they've been unable to finance due to being unable to identify a funding angel or secure a bank loan or line of credit. And so we're interested in helping people to produce and fund those dreams. And part of what we do, if you go to productivethroughjoy.com, we create internal funding mechanisms so that people can fund their dream projects. We create small businesses for them that can be used as engines to move them towards their goals and objectives. Of course, we also come out and speak to universities, colleges, and schools and organizations about individuals, of course, being more productive through joy. You can go to productivethroughjoy.com to see about us, or simply go to michaeldatcher.com or become a subscriber here on the YouTube channel, Michael Datcher channel at YouTube. So we have a great show planned today. Allow me to first say a few words about myself as we begin to talk in a few seconds about the intersection between opportunity and productivity. But first, my name is Dr. Michael Datcher. I'm the author of the New York Times bestseller Raising Fences, which was a Today Show Book of the Month pick. That book's film rights were optioned by the actor Will Smith, whose people called My People, and I eventually agreed to write the screenplay for that particular project. I'm also the author of the acclaimed historical novel Americus, which is set 13 miles from Ferguson, where, of course, Michael Brown was murdered, and the conflagration that ensued happened there as well. That book will be out in America February 2018 on Third World Press, in bookstores everywhere. Look for that in bookstores everywhere. I'm also the former executive director of the World Stage Literary and Jazz Venue here in California. My educational background is UC Berkeley as an undergraduate. My master's is from UCLA, and my PhD is in English literature from the University of California at Riverside. I am currently a professor of English Lit at Loyola Marymount University here in California. I'm an expert at being productive, all right? I don't say that to brag, but people are oftentimes surprised at my level of productivity given how crazy my own personal narrative is. I am the product of a young girl who was raped at 16, gave birth to me at 17, and subsequently gave me up for adoption to a wonderful single divorcee. Yet at the time, no biological father, no adopted father. Listen, difficult times for the young MD. Yet, as Modi famously said, "How you like me now?" And if I can be this productive through joy, so can many of us who are watching the show right now. And that in many ways inspires the show. We know what it's like to go through difficulty, and we like to especially work with individuals who face some challenges, because we know that folks like us have a good excuse for not balling as to why we cannot or have not balled as of yet, because of our tough luck, difficult circumstances, at times at birth, at times soon after birth. But when people like us make it, can have success against extraordinary odds, whoa, it gives people hope that they too can make it. It gives people the belief that they can rise above difficulty and have extraordinary success. It also removes some of the excuses for those who are more privileged than us, and it eliminates some of those excuses as to why they cannot be successful as well. So simply by being successful and abundant, we can inspire those around us. So that's one of our own special, unique desires, to do just that. And of course, we like to also work with young people. As we said, we speak to schools and organizations that deal with youth, because we like to set the tone that the youth is and are the future of the country. We want to especially go meet their needs as well. Again, you can go to productivethroughjoy.com, see about us having us come out, having me in particular come out and speak to your group or organization. All right. So, again, today we're talking about opportunity, seizing the opportunity in those that present themselves to you, and how does that connect to productivity, which we'll hop into in a few seconds. We like to also touch on the idea about framing your day before your day has a chance to frame you. As we know, for adults, at times we'll go to sleep at night with trouble on our mind, take that trouble into our dream state, wake up with that same trouble on our mind, and begin the process once again with that trouble on our mind, which, as we know, creates stress. And as we also know through modern science, modern health science in particular, that stress is a killer, right? It creates at least a heart disease. It raises our blood pressure, hypertension. It destroys the body because it also is tied to chemicals being released into the bloodstream. It takes years off of your life, literally. And listen, you don't want that for your life. You want to be able, you don't want that for your life. You want to be able to live a vibrant life, regardless of what you're facing. And so we help people to frame their lives before their lives have the chance to frame them from their days rather, before their day has a chance to frame them by thinking about this in terms of a ritual. Ritual can be defined as basically doing the same thing at around the same time, as a way to deal with the day that we know is sure to come. So it's best seen through example. Let me first give you a brief breakdown of my morning ritual. So in the mornings, I wake up at 3:45 in the morning. On weekdays, 4:45 on the weekends, but 3:45 today. Actually, earlier today because I had more work to get done today. I read a couple of spiritual business books. I do our show at 4:45 a.m. And then I work on my current book, my current novel, until sunrise. At sunrise, I go to the beach, meditate, pray, do yoga. I live along the coast here at Venice Beach, California. I bring my drum. I do all these things, meditate, get my yoga on, pray. It's really powerful in the mornings by the beach, guys. I come back. I work on my book a while longer, then I go back to the beach, run up the coast, all the way past Santa Monica Superior, all the way back here to Venice to go to my gym, go to the gym to get my workout and get my buff on. So by 9:30, guys, I'm feeling amazing. My body's being flooded with endorphins. My body is, and I leverage that euphoric feeling that comes with that endorphin release to move me towards my goals and objectives, which involve real estate and publishing. Now, we're not saying, of course, in consulting, this business, of course, we're not saying do what I do, although you can. We're saying do something and do it every day because life happens to us every day, guys, and it happens with us, happens for us. And if we can engage a process, a ritualized process where we're literally doing something every day, that's a great way to think about how we can best become more productive by being prepared for the day that is to come. All right. So, as part of my morning reading, for example, I'm reading two great books. I'm reading a book called The Nag Hammadi Reader, which is a book of basically ancient spiritual scriptures. I'm also reading another great book by Jen Sincero called, it's right behind me, the green book, bam. It's called You Are a Badass at Making Money. It's kind of a fun book, but also a very serious book about having a wealth mindset. Many of us have a poor understanding of wealth or poor attitude about money because money has been used, of course, to do many bad things. But at the same time, money itself is not bad. Money is good because it gives you options to help take care of your family, spend more time with your friends, your loved ones. It's just good to have resources, So from those two books, I extract some wisdom, which I call the morning chant. And today's morning chant is, as a meditating natural mystic, I manifest all the abundance that I visualize, speak about, and act upon. Whoa, that was a long one. This morning's morning chant is, as a meditating natural mystic, I manifest all the abundance that I visualize, speak about, and act upon. One more time. As a meditating natural mystic, I manifest all the abundance that I visualize, speak about, and act upon. And so from that idea, I create the morning show. So we're talking today about seizing that abundance in terms of seizing opportunities and productivity. All right, let's dive in. Again, let me remind you to go to productivethroughjoy.com or michaeldatcher.com. Those websites are linked. Definitely go to YouTube become a subscriber here on the Michael Datcher channel. And go to Productive Through Joy to see about us. Hit the shopping button, see about our programs. We offer live one-on-one Productive Through Joy consulting, and we also go out and speak to schools and organizations. All right, let's dive in. So point one is that you want to recognize the opportunities that are all around you. Right? You want to recognize the opportunities that are all around you. And so being able to visualize and act upon abundance, you have to find the vehicles in which to visualize, speak about, and act upon. And so you want to be able to recognize the abundance and the opportunities in the form of opportunities all around you. How do you do that? Well, you want to be able to be a person in the know. You want to be reading magazines, reading papers, reading online articles about various aspects of things that you have an interest in. Meaning, we find that abundance follows interest and passion. You know, you want to do something that you're really, really good at. So I recall I tell a story to my students, when I was an undergrad, I was like many young black kids who were from financially challenged backgrounds. I just wanted to go to college just to find a way to make money, which is not a bad thing. So I was studying industrial psychology. I was going to be a consultant, a business consultant, studying basically how to make organizations more effective, more efficient, which is fine. I like that actually, and was pretty good at it, to be honest. But it really wasn't a passion of mine. Not really. I mean, it was simply a vehicle to make money, which is fine. Making money is not a bad thing. But for me, that really wasn't what I wanted to do. You know, I could have done it and was going to do it because it would give me a chance to make money and take care of my family, which is fine, of course. But I couldn't have been great at it. And I wanted to be great at something, because I'm not money motivated enough to be great at just making money. I need to be able to have my income flow from some type of a passion. So to make a long story short, I took a literature course and began to fall in love with literature and change my whole career trajectory, and became a professor of English, which led to me writing and doing many other things as well. So now my income flows from things that I have a great passion for, and as a result, my opportunities have tripled, have quadrupled in terms of various avenues, income streams, because they're all tied to my passion for literature, teaching, storytelling, etc. So by following my passion, I was able to recognize the opportunities all around me, which goes into point two. You want to be able to speak about, think about, be about those opportunities. Be about when you are endeavoring to start a new business or a new opportunity. You want to have that on your mind. You want to think about it, read about it, as I said earlier. You want to, once you identify it, go all into it, right? Be passionate about it. Not just with your current passion, but get involved in the actual milieu of that particular thing. Join organizations. I belong to several organizations. Be involved in the nonprofit. Serve in that particular arena. Just invest yourself in that particular arena, and watch how doors will open for you, which goes right into point three. You then want to be able to act upon it. You want to be able to, as you acquire this knowledge, as you begin to stay in this milieu, you want to then begin to act upon it, which for us, meaning in business meetings, which means you want to monetize it. Now, all things aren't meant to be monetized, but some things are. And you want to be able to monetize your passions, because once you can monetize your passions, then what you're going to find is that you're going to be able to have a heightened level of productivity, because when you have a great passion for something, people can feel it. And people want to support those who have passion for what they are doing. It gives people confidence when you have a passion for what you're doing, whatever that passion is. It also attracts to you future partners and collaborators, which also is a way to enhance your productivity and your income. So, boom, goes the dynamite. That's all for this morning's show. We air each weekday morning, hella early, here at the 445 Productive Through Joy show with your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher, 4:45 a.m. here on YouTube. The morning show, then a different show, different topic, same show, all together at 4:45 p.m. on Facebook Live. Again, we're a show aimed at entrepreneurs and those who have their own business, those who like to own their own business, and those who simply want to live like a boss. Please go to the Michael Datcher channel on YouTube, become a subscriber. Please share this video across all your social media platforms. Invite people to join the conversation. We'll see you this afternoon at 4:45 p.m. Until then, let's talk about it and be about it. Deuces.